always loved growing up on a farm in agriculture because it was nice to be outdoors and to kind of experience what it was like to have parents that owned their own business, and especially a mom who taught like all three of us girls, me and my two sisters, that we could do anything we wanted, including be our own boss one day. I chose physical therapy because I wanted to help people, and I really enjoyed the science of what the medical degree brought about. I would work part-time on the farm, and then was working when we were really busy during harvest or during the summer, and then during the kind of off months I would go and do physical therapy. So kind of slowly with transition, and the beginning of COVID times is when I really transitioned back to the farm. And then I really saw kind of all the technology and research that was starting to get developed in agriculture, and that was always a really large interest to me. Or the view of agriculture and what agriculture involved when I was a kid was so different than what agriculture is now. And that really kind of drove my transition from doing something in the medical field to farming. My mom is a retired Cornell extension agent. She was the extension agent for business management and economics for I think over 30 years, and my dad was the grower. So my mom has always been kind of part of the business side and analytics side of farming, and then my dad has always been the horticulture side of farming. And I feel like I'm kind of like the perfect blend of both of them, where I have more of a math and science mind, so I really appreciate the data and the numbers and the science behind growing things, but I also see the value in being able to track things, whether that's labor or inputs or production, and being able to combine those two things and to be kind of a productive and successful business. So I think coming back to the farm, coming from a physical therapy background, I definitely, the human management aspect of farming, I felt like that initially was where I was striving in, being able to kind of deal with many different personalities and train people. I really excelled in that area initially. However, like the horticultural science is an area, I had, human science, but not horticulture. So it took definitely a lot of time of me kind of shadowing my dad on the farm, but also a lot of time attending education meetings, whether that was local or international, like IFTA, and seeing what people do in different areas. In New York, I could definitely learn a lot, but I think expanding out of New York is where I'm at now, where I can see all the benefits of traveling to Washington or traveling to Europe and kind of seeing where the industry is going as they're kind of leaders in the industry. Significantly over the past 15 years, we've been slowly replanting the entire farm to be able to be high density plantings because they saw where mechanization was going, they saw where harvest automation was going. So they've kind of spent their generation on the farm preparing the farm for the future. So I feel like now it's my job to kind of see what's out there for mechanization, see what's out there for technology and data, and to kind of take that next step into making us a more progressive, or we've always been a progressive farm, but continuing to be that progressive farm. We've been using platforms for the past 5 or 6 seasons now, which we continue to embrace and buy more of. We've been also doing hedging for the past 5 years. I think now we're spending a lot more time in what systems can we use to collect data. So is that we're doing systems with the visual scanning and being able to collect information on crop load. We're doing precision irrigation and having sensors in irrigation, soil moisture sensors, fruit sizing sensors, so we can be more precise on our irrigation. And we're doing a lot with being able to track all of the jobs in the farm and be able to see where we're spending the most time in labor. Because labor is becoming such an expensive cost, we're really trying to figure out ways we can become more efficient with our time. And a lot of those labor tracking softwares have allowed us to be able to evaluate different methods or practices and see what has become the most efficient thing for us on the farm.